Okay, all right. That being said, let's move on to Addison Rae. She announced her album that will be coming out in just a bit. In the meantime, she released another single called "Fame Is a Gun." So I've reacted to Diet Pepsi, Aquamarine. I did High Fashion, but I can't find the video. Like, I know I listened to it. It's part of one of the streams, but I think I forgot to export it or something like that. So it's not posted, but I have heard it before. Headphones On as well, which was a little less up my alley. But I'm really curious in terms of a Famous Gun. And then she also has her self-titled debut album coming out next Friday, actually. So I'll be obviously there to react to it. So, without further ado, let's start Fame Is a Gun. Ooh. Okay.
Tell me who I am. Do I provoke you with my tone of innocence? Don't ask too many questions. That is my one suggestion. You know I keep it real. I live for the appeal. Knew it from the start. It was the only way to mend my broken heart. Don't ask too many questions. This is my one confession. It never was enough. I always wanted more. I always wanted more. Fame is a gun and I point it blank. Crash and burn, girl, baby, swallow it dry.
Okay. It's giving Kylie Minogue in the early 2000s, and I really, really like it. Okay. Anytime that a song says glamorous, I can't help but to think of Fergie. Wow, okay. Yeah, really like that early synth 2000 pop music. Even maybe Madonna had some sound like that for a minute. Huh. Well, would you look at that? I think this one takes a top spot in terms of the tracks that I've like the singles from her that I mean, besides her AR EP, which had a few that were so catchy. But in terms of like the newer stuff that she's released that probably will be appearing on her next or upcoming album, this is probably the one that takes a top spot in my opinion. I really like there's something, I mean, some might say that it's boring because there's a certain repetitiveness to it, but there's a slow build up, like a very minute build up throughout the track, which I really appreciate. And yeah, I mean, I like what she's talking about as well. That I mean, she's literally in stardom right now, so it's not anybody can relate, not everybody can relate. I certainly cannot relate to that, but I like that she's acknowledging it. It's pretty fascinating to see her story and her process. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to her album, and this one is going to be on repeat a little bit. Yep, for a little while at least. And I mean, we just have a week to go before her album, so it's going to be great. Um, all right. It's catchy. It is catchy. Yeah. I'm getting ready to hear this on the radio 100 times a day. I don't think it's going to be a very radio friendly, or at least not with the radio format that currently is popular. Considering the fact that, from a marketing standpoint, the radio, unfortunately, I guess in a way, really now targets like an older audience. Because it's that generation that isn't quite listening to music on streaming platforms, or at least that's what's prioritized, or people at work that cannot listen to music necessarily, but they play radio in the background. Yeah. So from a marketing perspective, radio, I don't think it's going to be a good performer on radio, but I feel like maybe a few like indie stations or more low key, yeah, radio stations, they might tap into it. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, this song really reminds me of like the opening of a show in the early 2000s. Like it really feels kind of like that. Um, I don't want to say industrial, but like there's something about it that feels almost like detached, which is really interesting. So anyway, that was that. I mean, I'm, yeah, looking forward to the album. We'll be there to listen to it for sure.